Hey there, Darren here again from Reptile Rainforest and the North Granville Public Library, back with another creature feature. And it's a perfect time. We're all sort of getting ready to go outside a little bit more, and we're going to be seeing some really interesting wildlife. And this one is known by its reputation alone. This one is called a snapping turtle. His name is Sebastian. Now, one of the ways you can always tell a snapping turtle is have a look at that tail. Long prehistoric looking tail, almost looks like a dragon tail or something. Really, really cool. You're not going to see that on any of our other common species of turtles that we have around here. So Sebastian is he's still a young guy, but he's growing. He's going to get to be 30 plus pounds. So that's a big old turtle. It's our largest turtle, in fact our largest reptile that we have in Ontario. I should also point out that they live a long time. They can live well over 30 years. Snapping turtles are generally aquatic. They don't really spend a lot of time on the land, and when they do, they certainly don't want much to do with people. They're very secretive, and you can tell this guy, he's just kind of staying in his shell, but he can reach his head out. He's got a big skull and a long neck, and he can reach around and almost bite his own back foot if he wants to. So don't let this fool you. They can certainly give you a really good, nasty bite if you are messing with them. If you leave them alone, they really want nothing to do with people at all. They're pretty cranky, but we all know turtles have shells for protection, right? But if you look at the belly here, the snapping turtle has this tiny little, what we call a plastron, this tiny little shell, and all of this is exposed. So if he gets flipped over by something that wants to eat him, he's in real trouble, and he knows that. So that's why he is especially grumpy, even if you're trying to help him. He just doesn't want anybody getting too close to him, and you can't blame him for that. There are a lot of myths surrounding snapping turtles, but the best one I ever heard, I'd never heard it before, but I was doing a fair, and somebody told me that snapping turtles, they thought that they flattened car tires, which is amazing. I've never even heard of such a thing. But I thought about it for a while, and I realized that probably what happened was this person or somebody they knew had a flat tire, pulled over, and there was a snapping turtle probably laying eggs on the side of the road. Just happened to be there, and the person was like, that turtle snapped my tire and flattened it, which of course, right, there are a whole number of reasons why that's impossible. But it was just a very fascinating story to me. So if you have any myths or stories or anything you've heard or you have questions about, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear it. One more thing I do want to mention about Sebastian is that he is an animal that, because he's from Ontario and we live in Ontario, I do have to have a special permit to keep him. So if you see a turtle that is crossing the road, or you see it in a pond or something, it is against the law to take it home and keep it for a pet, or to catch it, or to kill it. So this is really important that you know. This isn't one that I just went and scooped up out of the wild and decided to keep for a pet. So that's it from me and Sebastian for this week's episode of Creature Feature. Stay safe, everybody. See you next week.